Hi chums, it's a beautiful day at last. We have had a pretty dull day today, but not as bad as England, where they're getting a month of rain in 1 hour, which is just incredible. I'm going to show you around here a wee bit because the sun's out. I want you to see some of the stuff. I've got the grass cut, but there's nice flowers out, so we'll turn round and have a wee look at the stuff that's out now. These are just some cornflowers, I think they are, over here. I've got that's a lilac there, and I think that's something called a cornflower mix or something. I put those in the boxes last year just to fill those up, and they've come back great, and they've got no attention at all. I'm going to have to come in this way just to stop the sun getting onto the camera. That's a copper beech there, and I don't know what that is. And then this is a lilac here. Oh, the pillars! Look at the pillars. Aren't they nice? My friend Seamus, he's a plasterer, and he came and did these for me, and he finished them off yesterday. Just did the bottoms here, so I'm very pleased with those. Now, I've let them dry for a few weeks and then I'll paint them, and that lilac there is doing very well. So everything's coming out, but I think I love that there. This is nice here, cherry tree, or trees, but it's beautiful when you've got that sort of dark behind it, and later on in the evening, if it happens tonight, I'll come out and show you what I'm talking about. There's a beautiful effect in the evening when it's getting dark and the setting sun shines on this here. It's just spectacular. So you can see I got my grass cut, so I'm very pleased about that. So happy days. Just a wee scan round there. There's that one there. That lovely thing in there is called Brides something. I don't know what the name of it is. And that one there is called excuse me, Forest Flame. These are Japanese bamboos that I was assured would not take over. Bride's Mantle, would that be it? I'm not too sure. No, to do. We'll go in through the jungle here. This will be exciting. We're in the jungle now, and we're going through the jungle because the wee card might still be on it. What do I see? No, it's not. I don't see the wee card anywhere. But aren't the flowers lovely? There's no smell of them. Well, let me see. No, there's no smell. I was scared of getting an earwig up my nose or something there. So we'll come back out of the jungle again here. Right, down to the greenhouse. I'm not doing a lot in the greenhouse this time. All I'm doing is see, that's not the right light yet for that. Later on this evening, if it happens this evening, I'll come out and do it for you. But as I say, I got the grass cut. Very pleased. It's cutting very well at the moment. But just a quick scoot around here to let you see where I am with the garden. Right, this bed here, this is Eric's bed. It's a really good bed, very fertile soil. And what I did was I put 8 different types of seed. Now, Eric sent me seeds from a competition, and I'll just turn this round. Eric sent me seeds from a competition that I won on his site. And why have I got a light shining on the front of this camera? Oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on here. But I'm looking at the function buttons, but I can't see anything that'll turn it off. Anyway, I put the things into the bed down there with fleece over the top of them because it's so cold, and to give them a bit of a head start. And you have to remember that these other boys are in the south of Ireland and Portugal, and like I'm in the cold polar north of Ireland, so I have to take all the precautions I can. So here we go. So Eric's stuff's under there. I'm not going to open that up because it's very cold today. We've done our first earthing up of the potatoes. They've started to peek through, and then basically very quickly here we've got broad beans in there. Now, why have broad beans got a frame 8 feet tall? It's because that frame was used for beans, climbing beans last year, but it also serves very well because broad beans grow to about maybe 4 feet high, and in here, because the wind comes from the west, which is that direction, it means that if the wind blows them, the plastic will hold them in position because they get blown down every year. Japanese scallions, or spring, what do you call them? No, not scallions, those chives. Japanese chives. They have been so abused for the last 5 years, and they're still doing their bit in those pots. So I'm going to have to give them something to actually live in. The garlic's doing brilliant, and then over here we've got more broad beans, which has steak later on, and I've got parsnips and chives over there, or scallions, and those are three beds of onions there. The strawberries are starting to do their thing. Look, we're starting to get the flowers. Oh look, flowers already. So this is only April and we're getting flowers. So hopefully it'll be like last year. Well, I don't really like strawberries, you see. But hopefully for my wife's sake it'll be like last year. And we've got more garlic over there. So I still have, oh they're in there. What's in there? Yes, there's other seeds in there that I had. What do you call those things? The little hot things. Radishes. There's radishes and lettuces and stuff in there just to fill that bed. But I have 2, 4, 6 beds over there that I have to sort out because the roots of these trees are coming across in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a trench dug. Well, I'll go over and show you. It might be easier to see, understand what I'm doing, and give you a sense of perspective, because it's very hard to know what depth this is. Right, there you're going to see all my mess up there. Right, so we've got about, I suppose, 30 feet or so here. I'm going to go up the middle here. There are no pipes or nothing, but it'll mean that the roots have to grow another 30 or 15, 20 feet just to get back to the beds. And I said to the guy that's going to do it, all you need is a narrow bucket on the digger, or a backhoe, but it'll be probably a little track digger. And I said, well then will I put some sort of corrugated sheets down the track to stop the roots? And he went, well I tell you boy, you'll not be alive long enough to worry about the roots again. So that was very encouraging. But, well, maybe it was encouraging that I know I'm not going to have a root problem anymore. Or maybe he took a look at me and thought, yeah, 2 years will do him, you know. But anyway, just go in here, show you something I did today. It's not very exciting, but it's something I'm going to try. Now, I had a friend here last night, and they definitely agreed that the tomatoes that I planted on their side, now, that's these ones here, those ones there, to show you that those there have done better than the ones that were planted the same day, straight up and down. Those were the ones that were sown like a trench, where they were sown lying on their side, and they're doing better. So what I did was, I had some more of Eric's plants up in the house, and I've lost them. What have I done with Eric's plants that I had up in the house? Oh, here we are. Right. So what I've got here is, I've got 2 lots of plants here. There's a red, Eric gave me these ones, they're a tomato red pear, and this one's called white cherry. And what I did with those was, as you can see, I sort of top and, what do you call them? I laid them in like sardines, head to tail. So there's one root, top root, top, root, top, root, top here. So every second one, there's a root in here between these 2 tops, and there's a top in here between the 2 roots, if you like, to give them a chance to come up. And already, those were lying out flat this morning, and they're really starting to pick up. So those actually go, I'll go back here and point, those actually go the full length of the tray. So it'll be a wee experiment to see how those do. Look at that, there's 2 days since I did my last video, and those things have grown up about maybe 2 inches. Got about an inch a day, so that's really, I'm very happy with the way things are going. And the cabbages are getting outrageous. I think they're going to start bolting because they're starting to get very stocky now. They're coming up on the stalks, but excuse me, they'll be eaten. The boyo that was in there last week, or a couple of days ago, dumped into the pot, cooked a bit longer than the last time. Beautiful. So I'm very happy with that. And these ones here, these are Duncan. They're not just as well on as the other boys, but they'll be getting a hammering soon too. So there's a lot more transplanting to do. There's more transplants there, and well, we'll get there eventually. But I've got a lot of work to do up in the garage, and I've a lot of turning to do because I've got a wedding presents to get ready, and I bought a load of wood blanks, and I've got those to sort out. So as I say, oh, here's another thing I meant to show you here. I've got these wood blanks to do, and it's taking a lot of time. Those potatoes there, those are potatoes that I put in a sack last year and forgot about. I noticed they were starting to grow in the greenhouse in springtime, so I thought, well, I'll just top them up to the top and see what happens. So there, they're still going. So we'll see how they do. And those are just other bags of potatoes that I had, and I can see there, you can just see little potatoes coming in there. And look at these ones. Those are shallots. Those are seed potatoes I bought this year. So I'll top those up now. Don't like them to get any taller than that because I prefer to keep them under the ground until they get to the top of the bag. So there we are, folks. That's what things are like at the moment. The sun has gone in again. The sun, there's it there. But at least it's not raining. I got my grass cut, so I'm very happy. So, so that's it. So, all the best now. I'll get back in and do some more work in the garage, and we'll have another look tonight. If the garden looks nice up above here, I'll do the wee video for you. So all the best now. Bye bye.